In the Arctic summer, the sun just refuses to go away. Day after day, night after night, it's still there, bright as ever. It sounds simple, but living in non-stop daylight brings some odd surprises. The Arctic doesn't do anything halfway. When winter grips the far north, darkness swallows everything for months. The Inuit people live through weeks where the sun never appears, not even for a quick hello. Their world becomes a canvas of stars and the aurora dancing overhead. It's like the world's longest power outage, except nobody comes to fix it. But flip the calendar to summer and everything reverses. The darkness gets kicked out, replaced by sunshine that refuses to quit. 24 hours of daylight transforms their world. The sun circles overhead, never setting, like a guest who doesn't understand when the party is over and keeps raiding your fridge at 3 a.m. During peak summer months, many Inuit communities experience over 70 days of uninterrupted daylight. That's more than 2 straight months where the sun never sets. That's longer than most celebrity marriages last these days. The constant light changes everything from sleep patterns to hunting schedules. Imagine trying to tell your kids it's bedtime when the sun is shining brightly through their window at midnight. The temperature shift is just as dramatic. Winter temperatures plunge below negative 40 degrees Fahrenheit, cold enough that thrown hot water turns to snow before hitting the ground. Summer brings temperatures sometimes reaching 25 degrees. That 65-degree swing would be like wearing a parka in Miami one day and sunbathing in Alaska the next. Your body basically goes from "I might die" to "I might need sunscreen" in the span of a few weeks. This wild temperature change transforms the landscape. Winter snow and ice melt into rivers. The frozen tundra softens, allowing plants to burst into life. Areas that seemed lifeless in February become covered with colorful wildflowers and berries by July. Arctic cotton grass spreads across the tundra like white waves. It's nature's version of those extreme makeover shows. Daily life shifts completely too. Winter forces people inside for safety. Travel becomes difficult, limited to necessary trips. Activities center around the home: sewing, storytelling, tool repair. During the coldest weeks, stepping outside without proper protection can lead to frostbite in minutes. Netflix would call this optimal binge-watching conditions. Summer flips this pattern. The outdoors becomes the center of everything. Hunting trips last for days. Fishing becomes around-the-clock activity. Families travel to seasonal camps, reconnecting with favorite gathering places. Children who were bundled under layers of fur now splash in melted snow puddles under the midnight sun. Your to-do list goes from stay alive to do absolutely everything possible before winter comes back. The psychological impact is massive. Many Inuit describe winter as a time of turning inward. Summer brings an outward energy that matches the never-setting sun. People report feeling more alert, needing less sleep, and having more vivid dreams during the bright months. It's like the whole community chugged energy drinks for 3 straight months. This extreme contrast between seasons means the Inuit developed highly adaptable ways of living that shift with the changing Arctic world. As summer arrives, everything about daily life must transform. When summer arrives in the Arctic, the Inuits' first order of business is switching homes. You can't exactly keep living in a snow house when the walls start melting. The famous winter iglooit or snow houses give way to airy tupik or skin tents that better suit the warmer temperatures and constant sunlight. These summer dwellings aren't your standard camping tents from the outdoor store. Traditional tupik were made using caribou hides, sometimes needing as many as 50 skins for a single family tent. The hides were carefully sewn together using sinew thread and bone needles, creating seams so tight they could keep out rain. These tents had better waterproofing than most modern jackets, which start leaking the moment clouds appear. The tent structure used whatever materials the treeless Arctic could provide. Curved whale ribs or driftwood poles collected from beaches created the frame. A skilled person could set up a summer tent in under 2 hours. Most of us need that long just to find which end of a store-bought tent is the front. Choosing the right spot for summer housing was very important. Inuit picked places with good drainage so melting snow wouldn't flood the tent. South-facing slopes got more sunshine, helping dry out dampness. Tent openings faced away from common wind directions to avoid creating a wind tunnel inside. Most summer camps were set up within 500 meters of fresh water and good fishing spots. A study of old camp locations found that 9 out of 10 offered clear views all around. perfect for spotting animals or weather changes coming from any direction. Keeping these summer homes from blowing away in Arctic winds took serious work. Heavy rocks placed around the tent's edges kept it firmly on the ground. Many families made stone rings that stayed in place year after year, returning to the same spots each summer. Some of these stone circles have been used for over 800 years. Inside the toothpick, the floor might be covered with small branches or grasses when available, creating a softer, warmer surface. A central fire pit provided heat on cool evenings and helped drive away mosquitoes. The smoke also preserved fish hanging from the tent poles, the world's first combo cooking storage bug protection system. Good airflow was crucial during summer months. The tent design included adjustable openings at the top, which could be made wider during hot days or smaller during cool nights. This clever feature made these simple dwellings surprisingly comfortable. As summer reaches its brightest point, these carefully designed shelters become more than places to rest. They turn into centers of activity where families must learn to function with daylight that never ends. Day after day, night after night. It's still there, bright as ever. Living in nonstop daylight brings some odd challenges to daily routines. Try falling asleep when your bedroom looks like noon at 3 in the morning. This never-ending daylight confuses your brain in ways that make staying up for a school exam seem simple. Your body makes a hormone called melatonin when it gets dark, which signals it's time to sleep. During Arctic summers, this system goes haywire. The constant light tricks your brain into thinking it's always daytime. It's like your body's sleep button is covered with layers of bright yellow tape. Studies show people living in the Arctic Circle have over 60% more sleep problems during summer months. Many wake up an hour after falling asleep, confused because sunlight is streaming through their windows. The solutions get creative. In Inuit homes, windows become DIY projects. Forget fancy curtains. Tin foil and duct tape are the real heroes. Sheets of aluminum foil taped over windows block out the stubborn sunshine. Some houses shine so bright from the outside they could guide airplanes to safety. Sleep masks become essential gear. Many Inuit keep them handy all day for impromptu naps. Young people learn a good sleep mask is as important as warm boots. The best trick passed through generations is keeping strict schedules. Elders teach younger folks to follow the clock, not the sun. Going to bed at the same time creates a mental signal that replaces the missing darkness. The traditional approach isn't fighting the light, but working with it. Many communities adopt split sleep patterns, a few hours here, a few hours there, with activities in between. This matches their way of life that flows with nature rather than against it. Room setup matters too. Sleeping spots move to the darkest corners of homes. Heavy animal skins hung as dividers block extra light. The sleep challenge is so real that locals joke their dreams come with sunglasses built in. Despite these difficulties, most Arctic residents adapt well. After several weeks, their body clocks follow their habits rather than the sun. For visitors, though, the adjustment hits hard. Some say counting sheep doesn't work because the sheep are too busy enjoying the midnight sunshine. As people get used to sleeping with the light, their daily lives find a new rhythm. While tinfoil stays taped to windows, outside awaits a world of endless summer activities that keep everyone busy no matter what the clock says. With endless daylight comes an endless appetite. Arctic summer brings a food explosion after the limited options of winter. The Inuit take full advantage, working around the clock to gather and preserve enough to last through the coming dark months. Fishing becomes the star activity during these bright days. Rivers and coastal waters teem with Arctic char, a salmon-like fish with bright pink flesh. Traditional fishing uses stone weirs, underwater rock walls that funnel fish into narrow channels. A good fishing spot can yield over 400 pounds in just 1 week. The fish are so plentiful in summer, they practically jump into your boat, probably trying to escape all their relatives cramming the waterways. Fish nets might be checked at any hour, midnight or midday. The sun shines equally on both. The only way to tell your night shift from your day shift is by how many cups of tea you've had since waking up. Seal hunting continues in summer, but with different methods. Hunters track seals in small boats rather than waiting at ice holes. A medium-sized ring seal provides about 30 pounds of meat and 15 pounds of usable fat, enough to feed a family for several days. Seals in summer develop a love-hate relationship with humans. They love the warmer weather, but hate that they're easier to spot without ice. Caribou migrate through many Arctic regions, and their meat becomes a welcome change from sea mammals. The Inuit position themselves along migration routes, knowledge built over thousands of years of observation. Some caribou must wonder if they took a wrong turn somewhere when they keep running into the same hunters year after year. Birds and their eggs add variety to the summer diet. Millions of migratory birds nest in the Arctic, including geese, ducks, and seabirds. Their eggs contain up to 3 times more omega-3 fatty acids than farm-raised chicken eggs. Arctic birds basically produce superfood eggs. No fancy packaging or inflated grocery store prices required. During the brief growing season, the tundra produces edible plants and berries. Crowberries, blueberries, and cloudberries appear across the landscape. These tiny fruits pack major nutrition. A single cup of crowberries contains more vitamin C than 2 oranges. Women and children often gather berries, sometimes collecting 20 pounds in a single day. The purple-stained fingers of berry pickers are the Arctic equivalent of a summer manicure. You're not properly dressed without them. Food preservation becomes an urgent business. Without refrigeration, traditional methods use air drying, smoking, and fermentation. The 24-hour sunlight creates perfect drying conditions, nature's non-stop food dehydrator that never needs new batteries. These preserved foods aren't just snacks, they're survival insurance. A family might process over 2,000 pounds of food during summer to prepare for months when hunting becomes difficult. This continuous food gathering requires traveling to where resources are most abundant, creating a seasonal pattern that shapes their entire summer living arrangement. Summer brings movement to Inuit communities. After spending winter in more permanent settlements, families pack up and head to seasonal camps along coasts or near inland lakes and rivers. These moves follow patterns established over countless generations, with each family knowing exactly which areas will provide the best resources during different parts of summer. Their GPS system consists of knowledge passed down through so many generations that Google Maps would be jealous. Deciding when to move depends on several factors. The melting of sea ice serves as the first signal, usually happening in late May or early June. Within 2 weeks of open water appearing, many families begin their journey to summer territories. Traditional knowledge includes detailed understanding of animal migration times, plant growth cycles, and weather patterns that influence these decisions. Mother Nature sends no text alerts. You either read her signs correctly or miss dinner for the next 3 months. The distance traveled varies greatly between regions. In some areas, summer camps might be only 15 miles from winter locations. Other groups travel over 100 miles to reach their preferred spots. A survey of traditional camps in northern Canada found that the average summer location was 47 miles from winter settlements, far enough to access different resources, but close enough to return quickly if needed. That's like moving to a summer home, except instead of packing suitcases, you're packing your entire life and hoping you didn't forget the fishing nets. Summer camps buzz with activity. Unlike winter settlements where each family stays in separate dwellings, summer camps often feature tents clustered together, creating small communities of 5 to 15 related families. This arrangement fosters cooperation in hunting, fishing, and food processing. The camp layout resembles a family reunion where everyone forgot to bring chairs but remembered their fishing poles and strong opinions about the best way to clean a fish. Camp locations reflect careful planning. The best sites offer several key features: access to fresh water, good fishing spots, protection from strong winds, and dry ground that won't become soggy from melting permafrost. Many camps sit on slight rises or ridges that catch cooling breezes, an important feature when temperatures sometimes reach 68 degrees Fahrenheit. Finding the perfect camp spot uses the same level of scrutiny most people reserve for choosing a Netflix show, except the wrong choice here means mosquitoes get the all-you-can-eat buffet special. Historical evidence shows remarkable consistency in campsite selection. Aerial surveys have identified summer camp locations used continuously for over 600 years, with some spots showing signs of seasonal occupation dating back 3,000 years. When Inuit say, "We've always camped here in summer," they mean it quite literally. Their family vacation spot has a longer reservation history than any 5-star hotel on the planet. Daily life in summer camps follows flexible routines guided by weather and opportunity rather than rigid schedules. If fishing is good, everyone might work late into the night processing the catch. If hunting conditions are perfect, Normal activities pause while hunters pursue game. The only appointment you can't reschedule is with a passing caribou herd. They don't check your calendar before migrating. Children enjoy extraordinary freedom during camp life. With constant daylight and mild temperatures, kids range widely around the camp, learning survival skills through play and observation. Studies of traditional camps found that children between ages 6 and 12 spend an average of 9 hours daily exploring, helping with tasks, or playing traditional games, all valuable training for future life skills. It's like summer camp without counselors, curfews, or complaints about the cafeteria food. Camp life creates powerful bonds between families and reinforces cultural identity. The shared work, meals, and stories strengthen community ties that sustain people through the challenging winter months. Generations of experience have created efficient ways of living on the move, making the most of the brief summer abundance. Life on the move requires specialized gear. The Inuit developed tools perfectly suited for Arctic summer, lightweight, portable, and effective. Water transportation became essential once ice melted. The kayak allowed hunters to pursue seals with speed and silence. Made from driftwood or whalebone frames covered with sealskin, these vessels measured 17 feet long but weighed under 40 pounds. These boats were so well designed that modern kayak manufacturers basically said, "Yep, can improve on that," and copied them. For larger travel, the umiak took center stage. These open-skin boats stretched up to 30 feet and carried 15 people plus gear. Made with walrus hide over a wooden frame, umiaks were surprisingly light. 6 people could flip one over to use as emergency shelter during storms. Fishing tools showed brilliant design too. Fishing spears used detachable points connected to the shaft with sinew lines, letting hunters secure fish without losing the main spear. Fish nets made from thin strips of seal skin were light but strong. A 6-foot net might weigh less than a pound, yet catch hundreds of pounds of fish. Land hunting used different equipment. Summer bows made from driftwood backed with sinew could fire arrows over 200 yards with enough force for caribou. The bowstrings tighten naturally in cool Arctic air, making the bow more powerful exactly when needed. Bird hunting used tools like the bola, stone weights connected by cords thrown to entangle flying birds. Hunters could bring down birds from 40 yards away with this simple device. The bola was basically the Arctic version of carnival games, except people actually won dinner with it. Daily tools emphasized portability. Knives with bone handles performed everything from skinning animals to cutting tent material. Women's ulis had curved blades perfect for processing fish. The half-moon shape allowed maximum cutting with minimal material. Food storage containers made from animal stomachs could fold when empty, yet hold gallons of oil when needed. Waterproof bags sewn from intestines kept items dry during travel. These tools represented generations of innovation. Each item served multiple purposes and minimized weight in a culture where mobility meant survival. As summer progressed, these tools helped gather not just food, but materials for another essential element. Clothing in the Arctic isn't just fashion, it's survival gear. The thick fur parkas that protected Inuit during winter would be far too hot for summer use. When temperatures climb, a complete wardrobe change becomes necessary. Summer clothing took advantage of the unique properties of caribou skin. Unlike winter garments with fur facing inward, summer outfits used thin scraped skins with most of the heavy fur removed. The remaining short hair provided just enough insulation while allowing body heat to escape. Getting caught wearing winter clothing during summer would be like showing up to the beach in a snowsuit, except instead of just looking silly, you might actually pass out. Skilled sewers created jackets with built-in ventilation. Small openings under the arms and along the sides allowed air to flow through. These natural cooling systems work based on the simple principle that moving air carries away heat. The same idea behind modern athletic wear, but developed thousands of years earlier. Footwear changed dramatically too. The tall, insulated winter boots gave way to lighter versions made from de-haired seal skin. These summer boots reached only to mid-calf and featured small holes near the sole that let water drain out while wading in shallow streams. Clothing for summer travel had to solve multiple problems at once. It needed to be light enough to prevent overheating, but protective enough for unpredictable weather. The clever solution? Layers. A basic outfit might include a light undershirt, a middle layer that could be easily removed, and a thin outer jacket for wind protection. Rain gear posed a particular challenge in a region without waterproof synthetic materials. The Inuit solution was ingenious. Jackets made from seal or whale intestines. When properly prepared, these natural materials created waterproof outer layers light enough to carry anywhere. These translucent rain jackets looked a bit like wearing plastic wrap, but worked so well that modern outdoor gear companies should probably be paying royalties. Head coverings played a dual role in summer. Light hoods protected against both sun and insects while allowing excess heat to escape through the top. Many included drawstrings that could quickly close around the face when mosquito swarms appeared. All summer clothing needed to be packable and light. A complete summer outfit weighed about 3 pounds, roughly 1/3 the weight of winter clothing. Every piece had to be flexible enough to be rolled tightly when traveling between camps. Perhaps most impressively, summer garments were designed to be quickly adaptable. Sleeves could be rolled, hoods adjusted, and layers added or removed as conditions changed throughout the day. This flexibility proved essential in a region where cool mornings might give way to warm afternoons, followed by chilly evenings, all under the same never-setting sun. While summer clothing provided relief from the heat, it couldn't solve the biggest nuisance of Arctic summers. Step outside during Arctic summer, and one thing becomes immediately clear. Humans aren't at the top of the food chain anymore. Arctic mosquitoes arrive in numbers that transform the landscape and dictate daily life for everyone. Unlike mosquitoes in warmer regions that hang around all year, Arctic mosquitoes emerge in massive synchronized waves. After spending winter frozen as larvae, they all hatch within days of each other when the snow melts. This results in swarms of truly frightening size. How many are we talking about? Research teams have measured up to 9,000 mosquito bites per minute on exposed skin during peak season. You know it's bug season when the mosquitoes start checking your ID to verify you have enough blood to feed all of them. These insects aren't just annoying. They're larger and more aggressive than their southern cousins. The females need blood meals to develop their eggs, and with such a short breeding season, they don't waste time being subtle. The impact on daily life can't be overstated. During the worst weeks, people wear mesh bug jackets that cover their entire upper body. Bug spray isn't optional. It's applied in layers thick enough to make everyone smell like a walking chemical factory. Despite the invasion of bloodthirsty insects, life continues with remarkable adaptation and plenty of humor. Beyond these biting pests, a different kind of energy emerges across Inuit communities as summer reaches its fullest expression.